Evening and welcome to our call for tonight. This is our weekend Q&A, and what we do in our weekend Q&A is that we take any questions that you might have, and when we take those questions, if there's anything left over in terms of time, we will cover a topic, and that's the topic that you see that's here on your screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for your questions. Now I can see your questions here on YouTube. So if you have them, you can ask them there. And if not, I'm going to turn off my camera. I'm going to say hello to you, turn off my camera, and then we'll get started. So any questions? All right. So are there any questions? Any questions? If not, then we'll sort of dive into what we have here. Okay, any questions? Okay, so on Monday, that'll be we do a call for our Central PA meetup. Now, if you're a PLR show customer, it's the same product that you might see as PLR. What you can do is you can use that as a way of doing a pre-sale yourself. You can kind of imitate what I do here locally for our group. And it's a way that we suggest that you kind of look at doing a weekly workshop. And this is one of the weekly workshops that we do, and we do it here in Central PA. So once again, if you come, it will not necessarily, I won't be talking to PLR people, right? I'll be talking to probably the same people that you market to on a daily basis. Now, if you're here and you're from Central PA, then make sure that you're here on Monday. You can go to the plrshow.com Monday Extreme Pre-Sale, and that is where that will be. Now, our goal since the beginning of end of 2019 is to help regular people and make them indispensable educators in their sub-market. Very specific what we have been doing, and that is what we give you tools for. That's what we give you now. I mean, you certainly can use PLR that we get just like everybody else does, right? Get a product and use it. But if you want to do more than that, that's what we kind of help you to do here at the PLR show. And we do that through our instructional tutorial video PLR, as well as our weekly training and the training that we do for you on your behalf. And on Saturdays, when there are no questions, we talk about strategies to use your video PLR that you already have for us. Now, as a reminder, the Audience Builder Masterclass, which is a PLR course, it's a little unique, and a mini summit on building an audience. You can pick that up at plrshow.com/new, right? So that's our new product for right now, plrshow.com/new. And so on these Saturday sessions, these are best practices for over-the-shoulder instructional tutorial video PLR, right? Seems like a mouthful, but these are the kinds of things that you can and should be doing to make the most of your PLR. So just so that you'll know, you always want to use video PLR to elevate your other products. You use our content to explain technical concepts. You don't spend your time talking about things like WordPress or hosting or any of those things. What you do is you get a video PLR course from us to explain those concepts to your customers. You stick to strategy. We will explain the technical aspects of what it is that you're trying to do. Please do not revoice our videos. I mean, you're certainly welcome to if you want to. I don't think that's a good use of your time. What you want to do is also just kind of think about not adding an entire over-the-shoulder video course to your product. So just don't take one product wholesale and just add it in to a product that you have. You can do a lot more with our content. If you're willing to think a little more creatively. Now, we've covered that in other sessions, but think about using videos from multiple courses. So maybe you might use a video from, Thinkific or StreamYard or Zoom, and you might use all of that in one product because of the concepts that are explained. So deconstruct the PLR that you have and use it, over and over again, right? Use it over and over again to elevate the value of your products, right? You should be able to do that, if you do this on a regular basis. Okay, so let's talk about how to double your sales with one product. Let's talk about how you're going to do that. And really the key to doing that is going to be some concepts. And again, these are going to be a little abstract, but if you understand them, you can definitely add to the sales you're already making. When you have a product and you are putting things inside of it, the thing that you want to think about is availability, context, relevancy, immediacy, right? If you can think of those four things, then you're going to be able to I think you're going to be able to make more sales with an existing product with the person who's already purchased from you. And the more you can introduce these things and be regular about introducing availability, context, relevancy, and immediacy inside of your product, you are going to be able to introduce multiple concepts that will give you more sales opportunities. And so really over and above everything else is going to be making your products available. If you are a PLR user, you do need to make your products available. You need to get them up on your domain, on your server, even if it's imperfectly done. And as I've said to you in the past, if you don't like the sales pages, that's okay. You can use something like Thrivecart or even Warrior Plus, and you can just have a checkout page. If you're doing a weekly workshop, you can send people to the checkout, right? So the most important thing is that you get those products up and ready for sale so that somebody can hit a buy button and buy them. That's the best thing that you can do first. First and foremost, when you get something, you want to be able to do that. You can also do this by having a continuity offer. I recommend you do that also. We have been talking about that all year as an Ultimate Insider. We want people to create continuity offers. We want people to create a learning center where people can come and get all of your video content and pay one price on a monthly basis. And you continue to add to it on a monthly basis. Basically, what you're going to be doing is creating the need for it, creating the value for it by getting out there, marketing. Marketing who? Marketing yourself. So that when you make the recommendation, people say, wow, that's a great recommendation. I'm going to get it because of you. Typically, it's going to be half the offer and half you. And eventually, it's probably going to be more you and less the offer. Like if you recommend it and you're sort of this really credible person, you're recommending people get something and you've really put something into your continuity offer, even if you're selling it at a one-time price and you're making it into your signature offer, people are still going to be more likely to get it because you recommended it to them. And it's not going to be so much about the greatness of your offer because people can get some of this stuff from elsewhere. It's going to be the fact that you are credible and they like you and trust you, right? So basically, what can you do? You can do this by making your product available. So if you do anything else after this call and you have products that you have created yourself, products that you have, purchased via PLR, you need to develop some kind of what I call a deployment plan. So that really should be your goal for the end of 2021, deployment. And it doesn't matter that you may have purchased these products in the past. There are always ways even to use, as I said, and maybe I need to do a training on this coming in the future. If you ask for it, I'll do it. And that is, there's no such thing as outdated PLR. Right? When you understand what you're doing, there really isn't. And basically, you should be deploying it, if no other reason, into your learning center. Now, I'm talking about context. What do I mean by that? Now, and sometimes you'll get within rebrandable content, you'll get something called a resource guide. And it's kind of a collection of links, a collection of things that other people can do. It's kind of a filler piece. It's not the main piece, but it's something that you can give to your customer, even either as an opt-in, or sometimes it's just something you add to the value of your product. That's okay. It's okay to have that and to give to your customer. You can do better than that. One of the things you got to really think about is when you've got a product and people have already bought it and you're putting things inside of it, you got to know that product well enough to know where somebody's going to be listening to something that's said by either you or a narrator, and they're going to be ready to click on something. You should know your product that well. So if you know that, so again, now let's say you buy rebrandable content, I suggest you read it. If you buy a video course from us, I suggest you watch the video course. Typically, I try to keep those courses in under an hour. So you've got time to sit down and if you don't have time to watch it, then take the audios and listen to it, because basically you're going to be determining where you can put other links to other products that are going to be contextual, right, within the context of what is being discussed. So wherever you can put a hyperlink within the flow of the product, you're going to be able to generate sales. Can I guarantee you're going to? No. But if you understand when a person hears something and it's within that product, you think, boy, this would be a good time to give people a link to Aweber. This would be a good time to give people a link to a product I did on Aweber. Whatever it is, you want to do that. So if you so what I'm saying is understand what's inside of the product, think about the context, and then have other links inside of there to other things. Also, um, think broader than information products if you're going to go and be an affiliate. I don't suggest that you are quick to drive people to other information marketers, right? And I know that that's sort of a natural reaction because you're getting something like 50% commission. Your commissions are higher, and if you can make a sale, I mean, yeah, you'd like to see those kind of commissions come in. But if you were willing to think broader than that, then number one, you're not driving somebody to a list that that they're going to be kind of captivated by another set of ideas. You think about things like hosting. So if you don't have a hosting affiliate program in your arsenal, you need to get one. Domains is the same thing. You don't have to be in love with the company. You just got to make sure you understand. You got to have these things to put inside of your products so that you can tell people that these are good things to do. One of the things that people talk about all of the time is a membership platform. What's the one you recommend? What's the one you're using? Put that inside of your product, right? And make sure that these are things that people can get. And again, don't be quick to send people to an information marketer. Send people to things that you know are going to be there and that you may get a boring commission every so often, but you're going to get them because people use them more. So again, these boring things, when you do them in context, can make you money. And you've got to be thinking along those lines. And see, everything when you start doing this in your products is cumulative. Right? You're talking about a cumulative effect. So you're not talking about trying to win a big score. See, if you're consistent and you accumulate things, right? You accumulate commissions and you're consistent, you will end up in the same place as if you're trying to do something fast. Right now, again, so just think about those boring things that everybody has to have and put those inside of your product. And so, and this is what I'm saying here with this statement. Every time you release something, and if you release a lot of stuff, whether it's free or paid, you're always going to have sales opportunities if you start thinking about the boring stuff and putting that in your product. So all those boring things that people need, I look all of the time. People are always looking for hosting recommendations. They're looking for screencast software. They're looking for video software. But find something that you want to put inside of your product and put them there. And then you've got to then be ready to put those inside. Yeah. I think it's Helen is saying, will the boring things increase the customer's long-term value for you? Yeah, it will. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to get people into those boring things that you know they're going to need and probably will end up paying you a repeat commission for, and they're really helping people. So I'm not saying never do an affiliate commission. I'm saying that if you must do them, try to accumulate those boring things and putting people in those things because you know they're going to need them, right? Put those things inside of your products. Now, we talked about context. I want to also talk about relevance, right? Relevance. What is the likely goal of the person in your information product? What are they trying to accomplish? Inside of your product, you should still be selling. But what are you doing? You're selling yourself as the solution to that goal, right? So I'm not saying always give them another product to buy, but you should be trying to sell yourself on helping people to accomplish those goals. And so when you make statements inside of your product, you should be making these statements to those people all of the time. Not everybody's going to have the same goal. So you're going to have to try to touch everybody. But when you understand basically the person is trying to accomplish a specific goal, you've got to address that within your product by giving people the tools, the training, and everything else they need in order to be successful with it. For example, let's say you've got a product on email marketing, whether or not it's a rebrandable product or it's your product. It's incidental, right? Doesn't matter. You know, and I know that a person's goal, if they're an information marketer, is what? It's repeat income. So be smart about what you recommend. So don't just put people into so-and-so's hot selling information product because they've got a great affiliate program. They're going to pay you, X amount, and they've got this great funnel. And that's fine to do. But also think about, what is your customer that is trying to accomplish? Is it going to help your customer if you send them to another marketer that's going to get them onto their list and start plugging them about various things and get them off track of the things you're teaching? Don't be quick to do that. Be quick to put them in things that they're going to need and they're going to be helpful. Now, again, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying be smart about it, right? How can you profit the most? And as Helen said, how can you profit the longest, right? You got to sort of be thinking about, the lifetime value of that customer. What if that customer stays with you? What if that customer doesn't stay with you? What are they going to need if they stay in the game for a long time? So that's what I mean by not being quick to recommend an affiliate product. I mean, for an information marketer. When you start talking about being relevant, the key, you've got to create opportunities for people to experience your content. And this is sort of separate from the other thoughts that I have here in this slide. What I'm saying is that you got to put enough out there to get people into something that you're doing. So whatever you got, you've got to get people to consume your stuff. So whatever you can do to get them to buy and consume, you are going to have other opportunities to sell other things that they want and need. That's relevance. Think about immediacy. Right now, when I say immediacy, you probably think I'm talking about scarcity and urgency. And I'm definitely talking about some of that. Whenever you can put those in. So I'm talking about, you've got these links inside of your products, and they're going to go to a page, and maybe they're going to be the first 15 people are going to get this, or this is going to end in about 10, whatever, right? 10 hours, or whatever the case is. That's fine. I mean, you ought to be doing those things, but that's not what I'm talking about with immediacy. When you start talking about the links inside of your products, some things, like I'm saying, they should only be available at the launch. So even if you are, this is an evergreen product, and the person goes to that link, and it was for something you made an offer for at the launch, don't go back and redo it, right? Or don't leave that open. Don't leave that special offer open. You want people to go to that offer and see it's over, right? Because what that does is you're trying to say to people, hey, next time pay attention, or next time buy earlier, right? So don't go back and try to reoffer that special offer thinking, well, I can get some more sales with that. No, leave it closed. Some stuff should only be available, right, at a special offer for a special time. Now, here's what I really do mean by immediacy. You got to understand the world of your niche or your sub niche, and the question you have to ask is there something happening that means taking action right now is a necessity, right? Think about the news. Think about what's happening in your market. Is it something in your local area? Is it something that happened nationally or internationally? Is it something that's right now? Right? If you're an information marketer and you are what they call a prepper, right? Because of all the food shortages, they are making it happen, right? So they are talking to people and people are listening, right? Is there something in that you can help people in, that people will listen to you now because of the times, right? So you've got to be able to think immediately. I'm not just talking about taking advantage of the news. I'm saying, is there a reason that people need to take action on the offers you're making right now, seeing as that they've already bought your product and you've got something else inside of there? And don't be dramatic. So don't be a drama king or a drama queen. So in other words, now if you've always got some drama, then people are just going to tune you out. There was a long time ago when Laurel and I, we lived in Chicago. And I remember getting this envelope from I think it was from a televangelist of some kind, and on the outside of the envelope had big red letters that said, "All I know is a plane went down," right? And so basically, the guy was trying to get you to donate, and then the next week it was something different. And I'm not saying that's not effective, but don't be that way. Because again, people then just start to tune you out. They're just thinking, well, you'll just use any drama, any sort of immediacy just to get me to open stuff. And look, I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm saying that if you're going to position yourself as an educator, as we have been talking about, you always live to fight another day. And you are fighting on a different trend. You're fighting on a different battle, and you are fighting on a different plane. You are fighting on the battle of trust. So you are not fighting on the battle of direct response. Direct response, that stuff works, right? If you're going to be part of that world, it's going to work. So in other words, I mean, if you want to be a drama king every day and every week and every year, that'll work for you. I'm saying, though, that if you're trying to do what we've been talking about as an ultimate insider, which is positioning yourself in a sub niche as an educator, not the man, but a woman, a man who can educate and a solid source of value, you don't have to do that. In fact, it's contrary to your brand if that's what you're doing. So I'm saying don't be dramatic, be factual, right? Again, think about this, right? This week there was a Facebook outage. Does your customer have some immediacy that you can bring them to light? Does it mean then that they've got to take some action on some things you're talking about as a result of that? You know, if you're talking about anything about building your own audience, I think people were aware that, you know, they didn't own Facebook and that Facebook can shut their business down, right? But Facebook was out for 6 hours, and apart from the people who were just who were just bored, people who were selling things lost out on some opportunities because Facebook was down for 6 hours, and so was Instagram. So what that said was that you have to build your own audience. Right. That's what that said. You've got to have control of an audience. Can you speak to people about that? Right. This is what I mean. Anything that's in immediacy, you want to think that way about various things in your submarket, in your sub niche that you can speak to that's happening. Right. Now, I'm going to talk about an example in our most recent course, which is our PLR video course, Audience Builder Masterclass. Number one. I just talked about that. The immediacy is the up and down social media, and Facebook was out this week, and so there's a resource guide in there, right? So and I suggest that you put your own links in that resource guide, and that you kind of either do a video about that, with your own links, or you can just pass it on to your customer. Now I want to talk a little bit about the videos in this course. The video content has instances on specific pages and in specific videos where we talk about why a person needs MailChimp. We talk about why a person needs Zoom. We talk about why a person needs StreamYard. We talk about why a person needs Thinkific. And we demonstrate some of those principles in the course, even though we say this is not a full-blown tutorial on MailChimp, or this is not a full-blown tutorial on Zoom. This is not a full-blown tutorial on StreamYard. But here are some things that you can do. Now, that means that's an opportunity for you. So what do you want to do? So if you've got this content, people are going to be watching it. They say they get the course from you, or they're inside of your learning center, even better, right? And they're watching this. What can you do? Right? Well, one of the things is you can put the links to these things close to the video wherever it is in your learning center, or even inside of your product. Put links to the product, and where you can get affiliate commissions, MailChimp, StreamYard, you can get referral stuff. Thinkific, you can be an affiliate, right? Put these links close to the video wherever you have them. Doesn't matter. I mean, if you're using something like Vimeo, you can put the links right on top of the video. If you want to do that. So put the links to the products, put the links to the affiliate programs. And when I say the products here, most of you probably have our MailChimp video course. So you should have that course already up and running. You should be pointing to the video course when somebody gets to that point in Audience Builder Masterclass. Point to the MailChimp course. You should have our Zoom course. Point to Zoom, point to our Zoom product when people get to that point in the course. You should have our StreamYard product. When you get to that point in the course, point people to your product on your domain. You should have our Thinkific product. When they get to that point in the course, point people with a button, with a link to your product on your domain. These are the kinds of sales opportunities you want to take advantage of, and also to have the affiliate links to those platforms. So again, what are you trying to do? You are trying to make sure that you are thinking contextually, you are thinking with immediacy, right? You were thinking with relevancy, right? And you're making all of your products available. Those are the 4 concepts, right? What's the strategy, right? I say stream each video on the membership page, even if whether it's in a learning center or whether it's your product. Put your video or the set of videos on the membership page, and then on that page put buttons and links. Very simply done. Put them close to the video when these things are being discussed. Now, again, I suggest you sit down and watch that course. Sit down and watch Audience Builder Masterclass. It's less than an hour. Right now, I take great pains to make sure I cut out everything from this course that's not accidentally, that's not necessary. Right? I don't want people sitting down to try to watch a 5-hour course to try to learn how to do something. So you should be able to sit down. It's not a long course. And again, if you don't even have time to watch the course, get the audios, listen to them so you know where to put your links to the products inside of the video, or even how you want to promote those products. You should have them on your domain and do it within the context of an existing product. And again, now what should you be doing? You should do this with every product you have. So think about this. Once you go through this with Audience Builder Masterclass, where you basically link out to these other products that you already have in your domain, then every time you sell a product, think about ways that you can link out to other products on your domain. We talked about this, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know whether it was on a Tuesday, but it's a concept that I got from Ben Settle, which is building a marketing universe. You want to build a universe of interlocking products and services that people have to have. If a person gets product A from you, well, they probably need product B, C, and D. And so you want to make sure you give them the opportunities, and you got to tell them about it. And you should be doing this inside of all your products. And as you start to create other products, you want to make sure they interlock. So again, I know that, you might be thinking that the easiest thing to do would be, well, yeah, I did YouTube, YouTube Masterclass and Facebook Masterclass and LinkedIn Masterclass. And that's one way to do this whole concept of interlocking concepts. But you should also be thinking about things that people need structurally inside of a product. So in other words, if somebody learns how to use YouTube, they got to learn how to, let's say, build their list. And you've got to think about all of these things in an interlocking fashion and make the relationship happen for your customer. All right. Okay, and I talked about doing it in the video, in Vimeo, and on the page. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Okay, remember, make sure you get Audience Builder Masterclass at plrshow.com/ABMC or plrshow.com/new, depending on when you're hearing this. I do want to tell you this, if you're watching this and you already have Audience Builder Masterclass. Now, again, if you are an Ultimate Insider, this does not apply to you because, you've always got the best pricing apart from anything outside of anything anybody can get outside of Ultimate Insider. So if you're Ultimate Insider, this is not for you. But if you've purchased Audience Builder Masterclass and you go to the download page, there is an offer for you to be able to get these 4 courses in a bundle, something I never do, right? And you're going to be able to get them at a very special price, but it's only going to be for this launch. So again, you've got Audience Builder Masterclass. You can get these 4 courses in a bundle, right? Something I don't do. You can get them only for this launch. So if you're watching this and the launch is over, right, then this offer has gone away. It's no longer going to be on the download page of Audience Builder Masterclass. I'm going to take it off. So as soon as the launch ends. So again, if you've got Audience Builder Masterclass, you've already got it. Go to the download page. You can get this offer for Zoom, Thinkific, StreamYard, and Mailchimp now when you are watching this. So again, Audience Builder Masterclass, you can pick that up at the plrshow.com/ABMC. Now again, that special offer, if you're an Ultimate Insider, you already get a better deal. Please don't get it if you're an Ultimate Insider. Speaking of which, that's what we do at Ultimate Insider. I basically am outfitting you and putting the tools in your hands for you to position yourself as an educator in your market. Now, again, you can be an Ultimate Insider and just use our videos as everybody else uses PLR. Right? And you'll still be getting a great deal as an ultimate insider, right? So sometimes I'll do 1 or 2 courses a month. Even though I promise you one, you'll get maybe sometimes 1.5 or 2. Yeah, I mean, as an ultimate insider, I'm doing some training in there now. I'm going to be doing that training on your behalf, and then giving you that training to give you as your signature product. So, make sure you check us out, plrshow.com/insider training. If you're watching this and you're not part of our daily newsletter, we talk about how to use PLR every single day. Go to the plrshow.com. When you get there, there's going to be a free offer to get our video training academy and Teachable. Click that free download button and you'll be added to our daily newsletter. But if you're not, for some reason, right, let's say you get the training academy and you're not part of our daily newsletter, you can sign up right here, plrshow.com/daily newsletter. And if this has benefited you in any way, I'm going to ask you to do me a big favor, right? Go to the plrshow.com/shout and give us a shout out if you would. We like to put these in our products. We like to put these in our sales pages. We like to let people know that, when we teach, that people are actually getting some real value and they benefit. So, if you feel like, hey, this has really helped me, or this has kind of opened my eyes to some things, or I got some things to think about, thank you. I would really, really, really appreciate it if you could go to the plrshow.com/shout and give us a shout out. Okay, so any other questions? Any other questions? And so I will be sending out the replay later on this evening. And so if you're on our mailing list, you'll get that. Remember, Audience Builder Masterclass is ABMC, and then remember, on the download page is our special offer. Okay, everybody. So thank you very much for being here. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care. Hey, thanks, Helen. Thanks for coming out.